Our homestand begins here. We have 5 conference games lined up here at the end of the season. Let's go and start those 5 games off with a bang, as we are going to be taking on the California Golden Bears in our first of 5 home games to finish our season. Our season has not been going as we have planned, but our win against Stanford is going to get us off onto the right track, is what we are expecting. This is going to be a very good California Golden Bear team. They are the #1 team in the nation for rushing defense, which is exactly what we like to do. They've also shown that they can compete at the highest level in the Mountain West Conference. They were slated to be middle of the road, but they have gone and beaten Washington State and Alaska already in this year. They still have to face Stanford later on in the year, but they are a team that is fighting for promotion right now. They have the talent on their team to be able to accomplish that. They have professional players that are going to be playing in the NFL in the next coming years. One of those guys is going to be Brett Johnson. Now, this guy is a stud on the defensive side of the ball. He is going to be a menace for us, and that is going to be a big time challenge for us in this game, as we again are going to be having Jamal McDaniel start this game after the great game that he played against Stanford. We're going to run with him again, as Timothy Strickland is still nursing that rib injury. We do expect him to be back at full health soon, but we are going to be rocking with McDaniel. Strickland could play, but we're going to rock with McDaniel and carry the hot hand into this game in our first home game to finish off the season. Let's get this going against the California Golden Bears. So we will start this game by kicking the ball off to Cal after they lost the toss, and we have elected to defer, and we have our hands full as Maven Anderson gets the first touch of the ball in this game. That is a wide receiver that is going to be difficult to deal with. Starting this game off, Milner is going to be dropping back to pass. He's got all the time in the world, and he's going to find his tight end coming up the middle, out on the outside, Mason Mangum, picking up a first down and 12 yards. Second down and 10 now for Cal. Jermaine Terry, the second, is going to receive that dump down, and he is going to go and pick up a first down. Not a great start when they are moving the ball, passing the ball very well. Again, they are going to dump this one down, and Chris Street is going to go and pick up 5 yards. Better defense on the play, but that is still a decent, modest gain for the Bears. Milner is going to be running out of time. He's going to rush out, and Dallas DeLoach is going to force a fumble, and Vince Riley's going to get on top of it. That's going to be a fumble, and we're going to be starting off this game with basically the first possession of the game after we force a fumble quickly on this California Golden Bear drive. Dallas DeLoach laying the hammer. That's going to be a first down for the Wolves. Let's get it going. Offense comes out. Jamal McDaniel, he's going to be dropping back to pass, and he's going to find a wide open Boyd Walden. He is going to have some green space and is going to get caught from behind. He doesn't have the speed to outrun a safety. He's going to go pick up 47 yards on the first play of the drive, and we're going to hurry up to the line trying to take advantage of that big time play. Jamal McDaniel's going to hand that ball off to Jaron Walter, and he's going to pick up a modest gain of 4 yards on that carry. We'll hurry to the line. We've got them in a defensive formation that we like. Second down and goal now for Jamal McDaniel. He is going to hand this one off to Jaron Walter, and this time the Bears are there ready to pick him up. That's going to be a tackle for a loss on that counter play. Third down and goal, trying to capitalize after the fumble. Jamal McDaniel is just going to get that pass off, and that's going to fall harmlessly to the floor as we are forced to kick a field goal after forcing a fumble on the drive before. We'll knock that one through, and we start this game off 3-0. Now with an update from the Mountain West, Alaska is going to go and beat Utah State. That's a big win for Alaska. And San Diego State is going to go beat Boise State. That's a big win for San Diego State. That's going to keep them closer away from the relegation battle. So now it's the Bears' turn to try and come back after that fumble on that last drive. They're going to start this drive off with the face mask. They're going to add on an extra 15 to an already very good run. They're already into Billings Wolves territory. First down and 10 now for Milner. He's going to drop back to pass. They love to pass the ball in this offense. And now Street's going to be breaking off a bunch of tackles and is going to go and pick up 10 yards. They're not going to give him the first down, but that's still a very good pickup from the running back himself. Second down and inches for Milner here. They're going to hand that one off to Street, and he's going to go and pick up the first down. But that is still only a 2-yard rush. Our rushing defense coming in strong. The Cal rushing defense better than ours on paper. We'll see about that. Chris Stakos is going to get this one. He's going to go and pick up 12 yards as he finds some open space and is going to move the ball closer to the red zone. First down and 10 for the Bears. Milner, he's going to drop back to pass again, and nobody's open except for Street, who we leave open on the flats. That's going to be a 14-yard pickup. Of course, you're going to go and pick up a first down when you leave him that wide open on that side of the field. First down and goal now for the Bears. Milner dropping back to pass. They're going to find Starling on that one. He's going to pick up 6 yards on that first down play. We're looking at third down and goal now. They bring out the goal line formation. We rush in. Street is going to pick up some blocks. Plenty of people on the ground. We're not going to get around him. Chris Street finds his way into the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown as the Bears answer back after the field goal, picking up 7. First down and 10 for Jamal McDaniel. He'll drop back to pass. The rush is coming in. He's not going to feel it, and they're going to strip him on this one. And now Brett Johnson tries to rumble his way to the end zone. We'll catch him from behind, but now they are set up in fantastic, perfect field position. Tom Check is going to get back there, force the fumble, and that is our left guard. Scott on that one is going to leave him, get him open on that one. Now the Bears are in perfect field position. Milner's going to keep this one. He's going to fumble it. Dallas DeLoach forcing another one. Herbert Newell's going to pick it up. He's going to stumble into the end zone. They're going to count that as a safety. Man, you got to be joking. He's stumbling around. He didn't really have possession inside the field of play. Now, after a fantastic play from our defense, we're going to be forced to kick the ball back to the Bears. You got to be joking. This game, that is one thing that is a struggle in this game, is that type of play. We were 2 yards out, but we are forced straight into a stumble backwards into the end zone. I knew it would happen, and now we've got to try and correct ourselves, and we're going to start out strong, forcing a sack on that safety. Yusuf Sykes gets there too fast. Looking at third down and 15 as we try and capitalize. They're just going to call a draw play, and Jamin Barrett is going to bring him down. That is going to be a fourth down. We'll get the ball back after the game does not nice us after that safety call. Second down and 9. Jaron Walters going to receive the swing pass, and our offense is not moving anywhere. Again, looking at a third down and long. Jamal McDaniel, he's going to drop back to pass. We pick up the rush this time, and that's a dangerous pass, as that ball will luckily fall to the turf, and we will punt this ball to the Bears as we kick this one to Maven Anderson. This could be dangerous. He's going to find some blockers, and he's going to cut back to the middle and is going to be brought down, but that is a fantastic return. We got to be mindful of him on these returns. 24 yards on that return. That could have been gone for even more. Second down and 5. Now as Dallas DeLoach is unable to make a play on the ball. Chris Street is going to receive that one. He'll pick up 14 yards, just a step slow from Dallas Deloach. First down and 10 now for the Bears. They're going to go play action, and that's a big-time play. That's Joe Paris getting into the passing lane, playing very good defense on the receiver there. Looking at third down and 10 now for the Bears, trying to force a field goal. Milner is going to toss this one up, and Maven Anderson's going to make a fantastic catch, finding his way open on the backside of the defense. Very good pass from Milner, throwing it exactly where it needs to be. That's a good play. Cal goes up 16-3, but Jamal McDaniel's going to try and get us back into it. He's going to find some open space on the read option and is going to pick up a first down. Second down and 12 now for Jamal McDaniel, and the rush again is going to get to him, but luckily this time the ball falls incomplete. Looking at third down and 12, another third and long. Jamal McDaniel, the rush is coming. We slowly pick it up, but is forcing a very errant throw. And now the Bears are in again. Fantastic field position. We have now matched them on turnovers. After the 2 fumbles that the Bears have had, we have now thrown 2 interceptions with Jamal McDaniel. Hot hand is starting to cool off. So now the Bears have a fantastic opportunity to add extra points here. Chris Dacos is going to receive that first catch. He'll pick up 12 yards. He seems to be picking up a first down on every catch he's had. He has exactly done that, 12 yards each. Second down and goal now for Milner. He is going to toss this one up, and that's going to be brought down. Vince Riley is going to go to the peak of his jump and knock that one down. Big time stop if we can get it here. Third down and goal. Milner back to pass. He's got some time. Dallas Deloach is going to rush him, but Maven Anderson finds some space, and he's going to make the catch at the sideline. That's going to be a touchdown as Vince Riley is unable to stick with him the whole time, and now it is a 20-point lead as we bring out Leslie Goins, our gadget QB, and this is why we love him. 22 yards on the first play that he's out there. He is going to be rushing big time for us against the #1 rush defense. We are hoping we can get something going here. First down and 10. Jaron Walter, he'll receive the handoff. He finds just a little bit of space and is going to go pick up a decent gain at 6 yards. His best rush of the game, as he's been slowed down for most of it. Second down and 4. We'll rush to the line again. Leslie Goins, he's going to hand that one off to Dwayne Novak, and he's going to get some open space. Everybody's blocking to the right, and he cuts it back left. He'll pick up 13 yards as we move the ball again down the field. Leslie Goins dropping back to pass on the screen play. We're going to try and ramp him up. He is not a passer, but screen passes work as Jaron Walter picks up 6 yards, and we're looking at third down and 1. Jamal McDaniel back in the game for this play. He's going to drop back to pass, and that's going to be tipped at the line, and is gone, and we just fall incomplete. And now we're looking at fourth down and 1. Jamal McDaniel still in the game. We're going for it. He's going to drop back to pass. This could be do or die time, and Jamal McDaniel finds Jaron Walter on the running back crosser as he picks up the first down. And now we are moving. Jamal McDaniel is still in the game as Corey Young is going to try and get involved in this game, and he's going to receive that handoff and pick up 4 yards on that rush, trying to get himself involved. Antoine Foreman now going to take that spot, and now Leslie Goins is going to go and come up just short, and he is going to go and pick up 7 yards on that play. Second down and goal now. Leslie Goins sending Jaron Walter in motion, and we're going to easily take this one to the end zone. Jaron Walter leading the way. That's going to be a touchdown as we bring this 20-point lead down to 13. 23-13, 5 minutes to go in the half. Milner's got some time, and he's going to toss this one up, and that's going to be knocked down. That's Carlos Lee getting ready to make that play. Second down and 10 now for the Bears. Milner switching some things up. He is going to toss that one out to Maven Anderson, and he's going to break free from the first one. Vince Riley unable to stick with him. That's a tall task. Our best on their best. Probably going to have their best win a lot of the times. First down and 10 now for the Bears. They're going to hand this one off to Street, and he's got some open space. Dallas Deloach is finally going to catch him, and is going to bring him down, but not before he picks up 13 yards and, more importantly, that first down. They're in Wolves territory. Milner dropping back to pass. He's got some time and is going to toss this one out, and now that's going to be McClellan. He's going to be our slot corner coming up and sticking with his man and is going to pick off Kai Milner. Very huge play for us to try and keep us in the game. We need to capitalize on this. We need to get something going our way. That's the third turnover of this game, 5th total. We need to get something going. This is a good start. Jaron Walter's going to go and pick up 11 yards on that first down play. Jamal McDaniel looking at 3rd down and 12. He's going to drop back to pass, and he's just going to force that one up the middle. What a terrible decision from the quarterback. And that is going to be Oladio, and he is going to pick it off, and we're going to give the ball right back to the Bears. With 3 minutes to go in the half, we're going to get the ball in this to start the second half. That would have been a great opportunity for us. Now the Bears are in fantastic field position to try and get something going. 3rd down and 1, and we're going to go and make a play. Kai Milner tries to keep it himself, and Dallas DeLoach reads the gap and is luckily going to be blocked into him. We're going to get the ball back after that terrible mistake from Jamal McDaniel. Now we've got Dwayne Novak is going to receive that handoff. He's going to go for a first down as we are at 2.5, looking at 2 minutes to go in this half. Need to get something going here, some momentum. This is not looking good. 2nd down and 9, and Leslie Goins is going to try and get something. And now the Bears are going to call timeout after they bring him down for a 1-yard loss. Jamal McDaniel in the game for the passing situation. Antoine Foreman finds some open space. The blocking held up just long enough for Antoine Foreman to come free. That's 19 yards, his first catch of the day. And we're going to hurry up to the line as we've got 1.5 minutes left in this half. Trying to get some points, bringing this gap down, and Brady Ferguson, how does he get that wide open? He's fantastic for us. I love Brady Ferguson. 2nd down and inches. Leslie Goins back in the game. He's going to break free from the tackle and is going to break free from another one and is going to run out of bounds, and that's going to be a 13-yard gain. Jamal McDaniel now back in the game as we've got 1:10 to go. He's going to drop back to pass. He needs to get this one off and is just going to get it off as Dwayne Novak comes on that running back crosser and is going to pick up 4 yards. We'll rush to the line as the time continues to tick down. We'll hand this one off. Dwayne Novak receives it and is going to be just short of that first down. Probably should use a timeout here, and we will with 40 seconds to go. 3rd down and 1. Would love to get a first down here if we can. Robbie Wood in the game. His first carry of the day, and he's going to go and pick up 4 yards on that play. He's going to stay in the game now as we rush to the line. 36 seconds to go. We need points here. We've got 1 timeout left in this half. Jamal McDaniel dropping back to pass. He needs to hurry this one off and is just going to get that ball out of his hands and thrown away as the rush came in. 2nd down and 10 now. Jamal McDaniel dropping back to pass. He's going to find Boyd Walden, who comes free, and he's going to find his way to the end zone. He's going to rumble his way all the way, carrying his defender into the end zone, and we're going to add some points right before half. 7 points to be exact, and that keeps us in the game, and we're going to take this game to the half with only being down 6 points and 1 possession. Fantastic. And we're going to jump right into the second half as we've got no time to waste. Trying to get back into this game. Antoine Foreman is going to take this one 3 yards deep, and he's going to be brought down as the rush comes up very quickly. He's only going to get 19 yards on that return as we are going to start inside our own 20. Leslie Goins is going to start this half off as our quarterback, and he's going to start this half by handing that ball off to Jaron Walter, who's going to pick up 8 yards. Very good pickup on that first down play. Leslie Goins again in the backfield. He's going to toss this one out to Dwayne Novak, and that's going nowhere. They read the swing passes and is going to bring him down for a loss of 3. Jamal McDaniel now in the game, an obvious passing situation at 3rd down and 5. We're going to be rushed on this one, and Barth is going to come up and make an interception. The 4th one on the day for us, as Jamal McDaniel throws his 3rd interception. And now the Bears are in fantastic field position. Not the way you want to start the second half. Down 1 possession with the chance to take the lead. And now we are going to force our defense to come up big. 3rd down and 6 for Kai Milner. He's going to drop back to pass on the screenplay. He's going to toss that one out, and Street is going to be forced even further as he's going to lose 10 yards. And that's going to make this a 54-yard field goal attempt. They've got a good kicker. Let's see what we got, and this is going to stay right. That's going to be a miss. Our defense comes up big, and this game stays a 6-point game. 1 possession. Huge stop from our defense, forcing Street to go backwards. That had the leg. Now Jaron Walter is going to move that ball into Bear territory as he picks up 13 yards on that rush. Leslie Goins still in the game on 2nd down and 7. He's going to be rushed out of the pocket, and he's going to end up throwing this one to Jaron Walter, who's going to break free from 1, but is going to be brought down, but not before picking up 12 yards on that passing play. Leslie Goins making stuff happen. He's going to again throw this one to Brady Ferguson, and he's open. He's pretty much open on every play that you look at him. He'll pick up a 1st down. Leslie Goins starting to get a handle on this throwing game. He's going to hand that one off this time to Jaron Walter, who's going to go and pick up a 1st down. That was a good run from him. Breaking to the outside, he'll pick up a 1st down and 11 yards. Time ticking down here for Leslie Goins as he tries to switch the play. We're going to be forced to use a timeout already in this game. That could come in costly later. Hopefully it doesn't. Jaron Walter is going to receive the handoff, another outside handoff, and he's going to outrush everybody on the defense. And we're going to bring this game into our favor, going up 24-23. Who would have thought? 7 total turnovers, 4 of them ours, and now we have taken the lead even after that unfortunate safety. Let's get our defense going. 2nd down and 1 now for the Bears as they start this drive. They are going to keep it, and Milner is going to be brought down. Dallas DeLoach reading Milner the whole time, and now it is 3rd down and 2. Our defense has a very good chance to give us the ball back. Milner dropping back to pass. Dallas DeLoach is just not quick enough, and that is going to be tossed out to Chris Stakos, who's going to pick up the 1st down as he falls out of bounds. Kai Milner dropping back to pass. He's got plenty of blocking, and Maven Anderson is going to break free, and he's going to go and pick up 14 yards. He is a very tough wide receiver to cover. 2nd down and 5 now for Milner, and Maven Anderson is going to be brought down on that slant route up the middle, but unfortunately that is still going to move the chains for the Bears. Milner dropping back to pass. Story of the game is he's got time to scan the field, and Chris Stakos is going to pick up 7 yards as we give the underneath route. Milner dropping back to pass. The rush is picked up, and he is going to find Justin Baker for another 1st down. They move the ball down the field again. 2nd down and 7 now for the Bears. Milner by himself. Rush is picked up again, and Mangum is going to drop it. That's a big drop from the Bears as they are looking at 3rd down and 7 here inside the red zone. Milner dropping back to pass. That's another screen. We're going to read it, and he's going to be forced to throw it out of bounds. That's going to force a field goal attempt, a 37-yard field goal attempt this time, as he is going to put that one through. They take the lead right back 26-24 as they take a 2-point lead late in this 3rd quarter. Antoine Foreman is going to be forced to take this one out, and that is going to be shut down even worse for us. Jaron Walter unable to pick up the block, and now Leslie Goins is again going to start inside his own 20. We're going to be trying to get something going here as Jaron Walter receives that pass for a 6-yard gain. Down 2, 3rd quarter ticking down. Robbie Wood is going to get another handoff, and he is going to continue to spin his way all the way for another first down as he picks up a good amount. The drive is moving. Boyd Walden moving in motion. Leslie Goins is going to go and find nobody, and he's going to. That's going to be an inaccurate pass. No way is he throwing that one to Boyd Walden, and that is going to be the 5th turnover for us in this game. This time, Leslie Goins is going to get it. No way is he throwing it to Boyd Walden on that. You can't tell me he's throwing that to Boyd Walden. That is an inaccurate pass. That is the downside to Leslie Goins. He was filled with more confidence on that play than he deserved. And now we are in a pickle as the Bears find Maven Anderson for another first down as they are just outside the red zone again. They've been living on our side of the field all day. Milner is going to have the rush picked up. We're trying everything to get him uncomfortable, and he is just showing that he can do it all. 2nd down and 3 as the third quarter was going to wind down, and we're going to end this quarter with a 5-yard loss from Dallas Deloach breaking free from the blockers. We're going to force Chris Street down. Now they are looking at a much harder 3rd down and 7. Milner dropping back to pass. We're not even going to try and rush him, and we're just going to give him the underneath, and Maven Anderson is unable to pick up the first down. That's going to force the field goal, a 36-yard field goal, and they will slot that one through, just sneaking it past the goalpost. They'll take a 5-point lead into the 4th quarter. Leslie Goins still going to stay in the game as Robbie Wood is going to receive that opening handoff. He'll pick up 6 yards on the play. He's done very well when he has been in the game so far. Again, getting another handoff. Why not feed him? He's going to rumble all his way to the logo. He'll pick up 16 yards. He's been dominating so far in the opportunities that he has had. Leslie Goins is going to drop back to pass. We're going to just dump this one off to Boyd Walden, not trying to get anything fancy with his arm as he is going to go pick up 10 yards, just short of the first down. We're going to go with that same Boyd Walden motion, and Jaron Walter is going to get an extra 15 yards after a face mask, and this drive is moving. 1st down and 10. Inside the red zone. Jaron Walter is going to receive this handoff. He's going to pick up some blocking, and that's going to be a touchdown. Holman is going to get into not the 2nd level, but the 3rd level to go and open this touchdown for Jaron Walter. He's going to get 2 blocks in the 2nd level, and then finishing it up in the 3rd level. Holman, our right tackle, he's going to make that play happen. He's a junior. We love it. We'll go for 2 to try and increase this lead to 3. We'll hand that one off to Dwayne Novak, and he's just going to get and roll over the defense into the end zone. We'll pick up 8 points on this drive as we take a 3-point lead with 7.5 to go. Kai Milner only facing a 3-man rush, and he is going to go find Chris Stakos. Again, I feel like I've been saying his name all day, and that's because he's got 7 receptions on the day. 1st down and 10 again for the Bears. Milner dropping back to pass. The blocking is fantastic, and Chris Stakos, we just said his name, and he's going to go and pick up 13 yards. Love saying it, but hate seeing it. 2nd down and 10 now for the Bears. Milner dropping back to pass. He is going to have some time and is going to go find Chris Stakos again. Another 28-yard reception. He's over 100 yards for the day. He's having a career day. The rush, Dallas Deloach is not fast enough. He's going to just dump this one off. Milner is to Justin Baker. He'll pick up 10 yards, just short of the first down. This drive has just been clicking and clicking. Milner dropping back to pass. He's going to find a wide open receiver and is just going to lead him out of bounds. That could have been a big time touchdown for the Bears. Instead, we're looking at 3rd down and inches. Milner switching things up. He's going to keep it himself, and nobody accounts for him. He's going to get the blocking on the outside, and that's going to be a touchdown. Kai Milner does it himself this time. He's going to take it for the touchdown, 36-32. This time, Jaron Walter is going to be forced to take it himself, And he's going to pick up some blocking. He'll hurdle over a guy, and it feels like he's picked up speed since the hurdle. Can he get past them? He will! Touchdown for the Wolves. 99 yards to Jaron Walter. You've got to watch out for this guy. Senior-led running back. He has been huge for us all year. He is our man. And he goes and takes this one all the way to the end zone. Don't feed him. 39-36. Milner is going to keep this one, and he's going to go and pick up 5 yards as they try and rebound after that kick return for a touchdown. 5.5 to go. That should have been picked off. That's going to be a disappointing play for us as Justin Baker goes and picks up a first down. 9 yards. That's got to be a play made. Milner dropping back to pass. He's going to toss this one out. Who else would it be but Chris Stakos? He's going to go and pick up 19 yards. And again, his 10th reception on the day as the Bears again are in our side of the field. All the time in the world, he's just going to toss it deep. What's Carlos Lee doing? Maven Anderson, one of the easiest touchdowns he's going to have all year, is going to pick up the bomb from Milner, who cocks it back and takes it all the way to him. As we can see, Herbert Noel is sick of Carlos Lee doing that type of defense against our opponents. He has just lost track of his man on deep plays. He did it all last year, and he's doing it again this year. That needs to stop. Leslie Goins, he's going to take off and find his way. There goes Leslie. 26 yards as we are going to try and continue and punch back. Dwayne Novak is going to receive this outside handoff. This play's been working. #1 rush defense in the nation, and this outside run, we've figured them out. We've figured out their weakness on the rushing game. Get the ball outside. 3rd down and 12. Leslie Goins is just going to toss this one out for a screenplay, trying to get a few extra yards. And now we're looking at 4th down and 9 as the clock is ticking. Just about 2 minutes to go. This is a huge play here. 4th down and 9 with only 2 minutes to go. 2 timeouts to go. And Brady Ferguson goes and comes down with the ball. 20-yard reception. That is a huge decision. We have taken all the time on this drive knowing that this is probably the game-winning drive if we can get it to happen. Now we're just looking to bleed the clock, and Jaron Walter's going to be forced into the end zone. The Bears force him into the end zone, and now we are going to take a 3-point lead with 1.5 minutes to go. Our defense now needs to hold for a touchdown. We are up 46-43. Who would have thought? We've got 5 turnovers on the day, and now Maven Anderson is going to go pick up the first down as they move the ball down the field. Maven Anderson and Christakos have dominated us. 50 passes total for Kai Milner so far in this game. He's completed 37. Looking for 38 here. He's going to toss this one out, and that's going to be forced out of bounds as Maven Anderson unable to keep his feet in. 2nd down and 10. We've got 2 timeouts. They've got 3. 1.5 minutes to go. Starling is going to receive another first down for himself. Milner picking up his 38th reception on the day. 1st down and 10. Clock ticking down. They're going to call a screenplay. We've been reading these all year. That's going to be Chris Street picking up 5 yards. One of the better receptions they've had on a screenplay. Cal is going to use their first timeout with 1 minute to go in this game. Need to keep him out of the end zone. Milner dropping back to pass. They're going to find Maven Anderson. Vince Riley still unable to keep up with him. He's going to pick up 16 yards as Kai Milner is over 400 yards passing in this game. Milner dropping back to pass. He's going to toss that one out to Street, and we're going to be ready for it as Marcus Owens makes the stop, bringing him down in the backfield. They're going to hurry up to the line. Looks like that's going to be a spike. Let's just keep everybody on our side of the ball. 2nd down and 13. That will be a spike as Milner is going to bring that one down. 1 timeout left for Cal. 38 seconds to go. They are just in field goal range. 3rd down and 13. The rush is going to force the errant pass, and that's going to fall incomplete. 51 yards on this kick. We know he's got the leg for it. Can he put it through this time? This one's looking true and is going to slot it in. 46-46. The Bears tie it up. We're looking like we're going into overtime. Defense holds them out of the end zone. Very good stop. 30 seconds to go, 2 timeouts left. We've got some decisions to make. Are we going to just take this one to the half? We're going to let that one bounce through as Antoine Foreman's not been able to get anything going. We are looking at 1st down and 10. Leslie Goins in the game. He's going to drop back to pass. They've got some deep plays, and now Barth is going to come up. What a decision, and how poor of a play Leslie Goins has done. Our 6th turnover of the day, and that's going to be one of the most terrorizing turnovers we've had this whole game. 24 seconds left, and we've just put them into field goal range. This is their kicker's field goal range. We need to rush in and try and force them back. Kai Milner is going to run out of time. Of course, we're bringing the house. They're going to lose 6, and we're not even going to try and give them any chance of getting any more yards. That's going to be 10 seconds to go. Clock ticking down. We're going to use our timeout because we don't like our defense, but we hold on as long as we can. 9 seconds to go. We need to make a stop here. We need to keep them out of field goal range. No yards on this play. 2nd down and 16. Kai Milner, he's going to be rushed and is going to be knocked down. Herbert Noel, typically our tackling safety, is going to go and make that play. And now Cal is going to line up for a game-winning field goal. This is a 54-yard field goal. He's already had 1. Let's see what we can do. Antifreeze doesn't work. 3rd down and 16. They've kicked this one up. He's got the leg, but that's going to be pushed left, and we survive the terrible decision to go deep on the first play. Wow, we survived that. Overtime couldn't have come quicker. We love extra football, and we're going to win the toss again. We're going to start on defense and force the Bears to start overtime. Kai Milner, he's going to drop back to pass on the first play, and Maven Anderson is going to make it. 25 yards on the first play of the overtime period, and what a laser dot from Kai Milner to Maven Anderson, who's going to break their school record. We try and make a play on the ball, but you couldn't have thrown it any better than what Kai Milner just did. Wow, what a throw, and now the pressure is on. We need 7. Leslie Goins is going to stay in the game. Jaron Walter is going to receive that first handoff, and he is going to take it 6 yards. He eclipses the century mark for the day. The game plan is obvious. We're going to run the ball. Leslie Goins is going to go and pick up the first down, keeping us alive. He'll pick up 5, a new set of downs. We've got 4 of them. Not Kai Milner, that is Leslie Goins, handing that ball off to Jaron Walter on 1st down and 10. He'll pick up 4 yards on that 1st down play. And now we are looking at a 3rd down and 5 as we get nothing on 2nd down. Leslie Goins handing that ball off to Jaron Walter. He's going to try and break to the outside. He doesn't get the blocking, and the defense is able to come up and make the stop. This is a 4th down play. We need a 1st down or get in the end zone. We have to have it. Leslie Goins, in the biggest moment, is going to make the pass, and Boyd Walden is going to make the catch. And now we are an extra point away from tying this game and sending it to double overtime. But we've got bigger things in mind. We want to win it right here. We've had too many mistakes in this game. We've got a play ready to go. We're going to call it. We're going to get this ball into the end zone. Do or die moment. We've played horrible. We've played our best. This is the time to go and win it. 2-point conversion for the win. Leslie Goins tries to draw them offside. Unable to do so. Clock all the way down. Dwayne Novak is going to find some wide open holes. Our offensive line, the worst in the conference, is going to create the hole in the biggest moment against the best rush defense in the nation. And we're going to run it down their throats and win this game. Our best against their best, and we prevail. Wow, what a game. This game had every makings of sloppiness and just the excitement of scoring and trying to stay alive. Not much defense going big. Our defense, though, they played big. I mean, our defense did well enough. In the 16 possessions of regular game of 4-quarter football, the California Bears had 16 possessions. 12 of them ended in our side of the field, either in a touchdown, field goal, turnover, or a missed field goal. Our defense was able to hold strong when they needed to, especially after the dumb-headed mistakes that can't really blame it on Leslie Goins because I am the quarterback, and we made some incredibly dumb decisions in this game. To be fair, the Bears have a fantastic defensive line, and it really forced me to get off schedule in my progressions, and I was forcing things when I absolutely didn't need to. And that really showed with how many interceptions that we threw in this game. That was terrible from us in this game, but I am grateful that we come away with a win in this game. This is one of the better teams in the conference, and we just stole one. We've been saying that we need to steal games. Those are our 2 wins that we're able to steal. That's been awesome for us. So now we look ahead to our recruiting for this week. This is how the recruiting is shaping out. We did have a good group of players that went on visit this week, so we are able to get those extra points that we needed to because of that win, especially it being against a very good California team. We are able to pick up a recruit here, a tight end, Alan McCarthy. He's going to be a JUCO junior, but is going to come in and replace Boyd Walden in his spot for us. He's going to be decently good for us, a very good replacement for Boyd Walden. So now looking at Hanea Vaitai, we've got some extra points this week with a couple players committing to us or leaving our board, and we're able to scout Hanea Vaitai, and this is a power back if I have ever seen one. Look at those ratings. There's a reason why he's a 5-star recruit and one of the best in the nation. This is why we want him. We would love to be able to pick him up. Look at those ratings. He's definitely a power back. Definitely very strong. Not the fastest in the world, but we can live with it when you've got ratings like this. Still losing points from Second Haven, but we are looking to try and pick him up. We would love to pick him up. Trying to survive their recruiting visit here this week. But now we'll advance the week, and we are going to be getting ready to go up against another air raid team in the Alaska Kodiak. There is no rest for the wicked in the Mountain West, as we are going to face another air raid team, not just this week, not just this past week, but the next week after that. This is an air raid conference, and we are going to try and need to figure out something that we can do against these passing defenses. 436 yards from the California Golden Bears this last week is not going to cut it if we are trying to steal wins and move ourselves up into the conference. This is something that we need to figure out, and we need to utilize that in recruiting. One of those ways that we can get better at that is by increasing our star level and getting wins when we can. But that is going to be it for this week's video. But we are going to be having a promotion and relegation show video coming out in this next video, as we are seeing a lot of action already in week 11. Make sure to stay tuned for that and catch us next week as we are going to stay home and face the Alaska Kodiak.